and I will always find a way to survive. I'm not a failure, but I know what it's like. I can take it or leave it or die. Stay. You don't always know where you stand till you know that you won't run away. There's something inside me.
Let's talk about SummerSlam 1989. The date of this event was on August 28 on 1989. The venue was at Meadowlands Arena, New Jersey. The tagline for the show was Feel the Heat, and the vibe I got from this was peak golden era WWE. Larger than life characters, half decent wrestling, full blown storytelling madness. Let's go straight to the main event, shall we? Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake versus Randy Savage and Zeus with Sensational Sherry as a manager. This wasn't just a match. This was sports entertainment at its bonkers. Zeus, straight out of no holds barred, couldn't wrestle to save his life, but looked scary and stood there menacingly. Savage and Sherry did the heavy lifting with theatrics, and Hogan Beefcake brought the muscle and babyface energy. The match ends in typical Hogan fashion. Hulk up, big boot, leg drop, and pose, brother. This match was overbooked and dumb in the best way. I'll give it a 4 stars for drama, but 2 stars for wrestling because eesh. Let's get to my match of the night, and I'm pretty sure y'all will agree. Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude for the Intercontinental Championship. They had a great build going into this match. Rude bumped like a boss, and Warrior looked more polished than usual. The crowd exploded when Warrior regained the IC title. This slapped then, and it still slaps now. I'm gonna give this match a 4.5 stars because it was really good. Let's get to the next match. It's a 6-man hoss fight. Jim Duggan and Demolition versus Andre the Giant and the Twin Towers. A big man brawl that was all about crowd heat and chaos. Andre was barely moving, but protected. Akeem and Bossman bumped just enough. Duggan used his 2x4 to cheat and win because baby faces in the 80s, man. It was a big dumb fun match, so I'm gonna give it a solid 3 stars. It wasn't bad, it was just solid. Let's get to the next match. This is technically a technician throwdown match. The Brain Buzzers versus the Hart Foundation. This match is a very underrated gem right here. No titles on the line, but the in-ring work was crisp. Arn and Tully were masterclass heels. Hearts and brought that early tag excellence. This match is a tag wrestling clinic with a dumb finish. It was an illegal man pin. I'm gonna give this match a 4 stars, despite the dumb finish, but it was still a great match, honestly. Now, Dino Bravo versus Coco Beware. Classic power versus agility match. Coco flew, danced, and died, pretty much. Bravo looked strong for no real reason. I mean, there's not much to say about this match. Unless you like bullets, you know? I'm gonna give this a 2-star match, because... Next, Mr. Perfect versus the Red Rooster. Perfect was so good at making squashes entertaining. Rooster was never taken seriously. That damn gimmick. It was fast, clean, effective showcase for Hennig. This match gets a 2.5 stars because, I mean, it really wasn't much of a match, honestly. Next up is Greg the Hammer Valentine versus Hercules. 2 solid workers, decent match, no stakes. Valentine cheated to win using the ropes. Crowd was mad on this one, and so do I, honestly. I mean, it was solid, but really forgettable. I'm gonna give this match a 2.5 stars, just to be generous. Tito Santana and the Rockers versus Rick Martel and the Rogies. I'm not gonna the Rogas. I'm not gonna pronounce that name because it's really hard. There are some names I just cannot pronounce, so I apologize. Okay, fast paced, colorful, and loud. This match felt like a cartoon fight in the best way. Martel vs. Santana was still simmering after the Strike Force breakup. The Rockers added Flash, Rhodes, whatever her name is, added heat. It was a fun, breezy six-man action with actual story layers. I'm gonna give this match a solid 3.5 stars. Like, it was pretty good in my personal opinion. Dusty Rhodes versus the Honky Tonk Man. Polka dots, Elvis cosplay, and Jima Hart getting whacked with a shoe. Dusty was super over. Honky was made for this kind of comedy match. This match was so entertaining, very entertaining stuff. I'm gonna give it a solid 3 stars. It was really good. Then next up is Ted DiBiase versus Jimmy Snuka. Weirdly flat considering DiBiase's greatness. Snuka was past his prime, man. That dude was old, even by this point. DiBiase won by countout. Why? Who knows? Big names, small payoff. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought about the match. Well, here are my final thoughts of the show. SummerSlam '89 was the fever dream of everything that Golden Era stood for. The best match was Warrior vs. Rude. The biggest pot was Warrior winning the IC title. And the weirdest booking of the show was Zeus even being in a match. Cause why? A sleeper hit, I would give it to Brain Buster and the Heart Foundation. Because that match was actually pretty good. And I'm still questioning why are they wearing the card in the first place? That does not scream SummerSlam at all. Not even main event. Not even live. Like, that's just like a big match. That's like a big no, you know? So, for final grade, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's a solid, decent show. You know, I don't really hate it. Now, if I had to rate it based on certain layers, for work rate, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. For storytelling and the characters, 10 out of 10. There was storytelling and characters and charisma all over the place. So they excel on that. Like, that was great stuff though. Now, now in terms of nostalgia factor, well, I wasn't alive during this time, you know. So I'm pretty sure somebody who saw this live would probably give this an 11 out of 10, you know. But it's okay though, you know, because that's your right, and I don't really blame you honestly. Now, you don't watch SummerSlam '89 for 5 star matches. You watch it for peak WWE camp, bodybuilders, face paint, theme songs that slap, and Savage yelling while Sherry shrieks in the background.
My life, and I will always find a way to